Okay, this is the second part of the video that was 20 minutes long, the craft over Westfield. This is the back side of the bar, the white building here. And the black door is the door where the three of us came out. That was the door that went into the bar because the bar used to be at that and that over that little wee roof there. Which you don't see very well. We're looking into the end of the roof from here. And the toilets was a little piece sticking out to the right, sorry. So anyway, we came out that door on this Sunday morning now and walked straight towards where I am just now with the camera. And we walked up this area heading that way because I think there's two houses built here and it used to be a long car park and we went up to the far end of the car park. But these houses weren't there at the time. It was just a field. And where we've got, where is it now? I think where the blue sign is approximately. Yeah, where that blue sign is where the gate used to be for going into the field. So that's roughly the area I came around the field, came out at the gate there, and I crossed the road here and went into the bar door, keeping an eye on the light in the sky. So we'd gone up to the top end of the car park here, and we're watching the light in the sky. So it's roughly in that direction. But the roof of the house is too high for us to be able to see. It was lower in the sky than that, I think. Yeah. Maybe the height of the roof there. So as the light moved across the sky, it's going round in this direction. And when it's sitting there, I would say that the street light, this street light here, roughly, that street light there, roughly, maybe slightly round to about there, was where the UFO came to. It sat in the sky low for a short while, sat there for a while, and then suddenly I'll zoom out again. Suddenly it has, oh, come on. Suddenly it's over the top of my hill, and you can see the hill there. There's part of the trees and part of the field. So it's over the top of my hill, and I'm seeing part of the edge of the craft above us. So it's stretching all that distance. That field is covered. The top of that trees there is covered. So anyway, on the Sunday morning, on a Sunday afternoon, sorry, I'm working in the shed and a car comes in about. I looks out, didn't know who the car was. And looks out, not knowing who it was. Then I saw it was a guy who had come to my property the night before. And I went out to see him. Oh, evergreen. I never noticed that. um, so the guy came out to the car. I went out my shed, out of his shed, went to see him. He says, "Oh," he says, "you've got to come down to the pub," which is here. "You've got to come down to the pub because the woman from the night before is telling everyone what she saw last night. You have to come down." So I said, "Okay." Jumped in the car with them, and down we went. Parked in the car park here. There was quite a few cars in the car park. I opened the door. When I opened that door, there was a hum all the way through the bar. As you can understand, the bar's a longish bar. And the bar for serving the drink is at the far end of this bar. So opened the door and there's a hum. Everyone's speaking. The people at the door looked at me as the door was opened and they parted to a side. They stopped speaking. I moved in. The people next to that stopped speaking. They parted. And everyone parted as I'm walking up a bar. The hum just stopped. And the people were parting to either side of the bar. I walked straight up to the bar. Everyone standing aside. When I got to the bar, there wasn't a single sound. All I am hearing is a glass being set down on a table now and again. That's all I'm hearing. I ordered my drink. Everyone heard me ordering it. I got my drink. I'm thinking, right. So I paid for it, got my change, and I thought, right, turn round and face the music. Let's see what rubbish they're going to give me now. When I looked round, I heard the door open a few times. Yeah. When I looked round, there were 3 people left in the bar. These 3 people were the last 3 people to have bought a drink. And they are trying to pour it over their throats as quick as they could. And they got out of the bar. I emptied the bar, completely emptied. Everyone was now gone. I would estimate there was over 50 people in the bar when I walked in. Everyone's gone. So basically, I'm telling you not to come too close to me. I must have very bad odor, body odor. Anyway, I finished my drink, went home. Later, went back to my shed, continued work there. Following day, at night, I'm out in the shed working, got a bit bored, decided to come down to the bar, had a drink, nothing said, went home. I think I saw a UFO in the sky that night as I'm walking from here back to the farm. The Tuesday night, I then came down again to say, just go down, have a soft drink. I went into the bar. There's just one person in the bar at the time. They finished their drink and left. The husband of the woman in the bar, she was still there. He was still in the bar. He saw that I was okay with the drink and he left the bar. So I'm sitting there on my own. A while later, he came back into the bar. Nothing was said, not a word. And a short while later, his wife came in. Now, to get into the bar, you had to go in at the right-hand side of the bar. and there's steps come up from further down through the building. So the woman came up the steps and she came round the corner of the bar and looked at me. So she's standing at the far end of the far away side from me. I'm at the side nearest the road here, and she's at the side nearer the toilets. So she looks at me for a while. Then she says, "Okay, what was that on Saturday night?" I says to her, "What was what on Saturday night?" Knowing exactly what she was meaning. She says, "You know perfectly well. That thing out there, what was that?" I says, "Oh, I don't know." "Tell me, what did you see on Saturday night?" So she went through it, but of course it wasn't really Saturday night, it was Sunday morning, but it doesn't matter. It's not important. We both knew what night we were speaking about. So she says to me, everything had happened. The woman coming out with the bar with us, going watching a light up in the sky. So everything was the same. Continued, everything was the same round to the point that the light was low in the sky here. But this is where it changes. So anyway, on the fifth time of the woman going through what she saw, this is what she told me. She says the light, which is near that street light there, this light, when it came across the sky, she didn't see it above my farm. She saw it above the village here. She saw it right above us. And then she says she then remembers being near where that blue sign is, at the gateway to the field. But she said she was inside the field. And I says, "So what happened next?" Oh, she says, "I saw a blue light come down from the bottom of the craft." And I said, "What happened next?" Oh, she says, "What was that?" And she remembers hearing me say, "It's okay, it's only me." This is what happened next. Oh, she says, "It shot off and pointing in that direction." And she says it shot off, and sure enough, that was what I had seen. So it shot off. Let's see if I can. Need to. Come on, round you come. So it was up here, and it shot off, going up to there approximately, and then it just vanished, just disappeared. The time it took, 2 seconds probably, from starting off to disappearing. So I says, "What happened next?" Oh, she says, "We walked back to the pub." But I had to correct her and ask her to go through it again. So as she went through it, and remembering that she was at the gate here, she says, "How did I..." Oh, come on. Sorry, my fault. She says, "How did I get from the top end of the car park to..." She didn't get park finished when she says, because she was trying to work out, how did she get from the top end of the car park to where that blue sign is, to the gate going into the field. and she suddenly twigged and she says, "Oh, please don't tell me I've been on that thing." And I just smiled at her because she got a job to do, and that job was to tell the people what she saw that night, which meant the people would then have to back off and stop being stupid towards me. So she did her job very well, and a big thank you to her. I can't repeat her name, it's not fair on her. But anyway, big thank you. So that is the end of this sighting that we had. But basically, it wasn't the end; it was the start because this is there was a military. Ooh, can't say that word. Yeah, can't say that word. It brought a lot of other attention. But remember, at this time and before this, I was getting a lot of trouble from the local thugs, who are connected to police and who have their little wee, the Masons. I was getting a lot of trouble from them because they were trying to squeeze me out of the farm because they wanted it for development. But what you see in front of you, we tried for development on this ground here. Where we used to own this farm in front of us, and when my mother and father died, when my mother died, we tried for development, and the developer said, "No, you'll never get development there. Uh, it's never going to happen." So the farm, the executor, and my old, well, people just said, "Right, we'll sell the farm." Once the farm was sold, I was told about a year later, "Oh, there's development going to be happening in a field," and this is it. So, yeah, these people are just thugs and thieves. Not to worry, it's all good. Their time is coming. So, thank you very much for that, and we'll speak at a later time. Bye.